two different people, so I thought I'd do it as a video. So in terms of how do you redesign your house to become very much like a gym if you don't have access to the conventional gym equipment? Well, this is a little bit like common sense, a little bit, if you actually thought outside of the perspective of what is actually available to you around the house, around if you additionally have kids as well, it makes it a little bit easier. All you're going to need is, and these are only recommendations, there's a lot more available to you than just what I'm going to show you, and this is just a little bit of thinking outside the box. So if we start off with a bag, and this could be the bag that you were utilizing to go to the gym, it could be a school bag, it could be a rucksack, anything you can get your hands on to that's got handles on it. So for me, I've got a rucksack just here. So anything that you're able to load up and obviously make an additional weight and a little bit extra resistance. So obviously, first and foremost, obviously anybody that is obviously got a kid, works, you've got access to something like this. You've got a folder, and obviously it's loaded up with documents. So if you're working, there you go. That's a substantial weight right there. You whack that in the bag, put that in there. Obviously, if we go into the kitchen, some sort of canned goods, and stocking that obviously closed, not opened already. Whack that in. That is 40 grams. So there you go. Whack about 5 of those in. There's 2 kilos of additional weight into your bag. A little bit of packaged goods, so be it this is buckwheat, pastas, rice, and things of that nature. Obviously that's 500 grams, and you can see the weight is substantially increasing from there on in. Obviously, weight of my bag from the start, it might weigh a couple grams. It might be a little bit more because it can hold a computer, so it'd be a little bit more robust. So that in a nutshell, if you don't have access to gym equipment, when you can think outside the box to be able to do certain types of exercises. And just that there, just loading up your back, that's going to put an extra resistance on your squat, first and foremost, without obviously putting in the adaptation of making a single leg squat. Obviously from an amputee perspective, that is already a given. So that's going to give you an additional load if you are finding that doing bodyweight exercises is becoming too much of being tedious, or it's not difficult, it's not pressing the body enough. That is a simple way of being able to put extra resistance in straight away. Other ones being dips. That's an additional one. You could put it on the front. It's kind of very much like, if you have seen weighted jackets, because I can't think of the actual word of what it is I'm thinking of, that would be an equivalent to it, and obviously it wouldn't cost 30, 40, 50 pounds of doing that. You load that bag up to its limit so it doesn't break, and then you have an additional resource and something that is able to accommodate your needs and all the products that you have in the house. So be it canned goods, to reiterate, pasta, rice, some sort of stuff that's packaged. The other one I did forget about, utilizing this is a little bit more difficult because if you don't want your milk to go off, your milk cartons, when they're finished, filling up with water, to be able to give you, if you don't have access to, be it a refilling station that is very much like a water content, being like the ones that are upside down. If you haven't got access to something like that, or a big ass water bottle like this, that gives you a load that you could do triceps and biceps with and put them under an increasing amount of tension. And obviously you're having to deal with something that is imbalanced as well, because it's a liquid, so it's moving, and that's going to give you an additional stressor to the muscle as well. So that in a nutshell is to kind of get open-minded perspective of utilizing what you've got at home to be able to implement a home gym. Do put in the comments if there's any additional exercises that I didn't mention in this video that you'd like to know about that you can do with having either a rucksack or a backpack. Let me know in the comments.